Hey everyone, how are you? It's Colleen Gallagher here with Colleen Gallagher International. When you join, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm in beautiful Los Angeles, so you can look out my window and there's like two big palm trees, and like the leaves are right in front of my patio, which gives it kind of like this frame in a way to look at the Hollywood Hills, which is a really beautiful place. And hopefully, where I'll manifest, not hopefully, I'm manifesting that I'll have my house when I choose to buy a house. So, how are you? I hope you're well. When you're watching the replay, say hashtag replay. Always love knowing who's joining, and I really believe in these platforms as cool tool, I should say, of connectivity. So if you don't say hello, if you don't let me know that you're watching, if you don't let me know that you joined the replay, I'm not able to engage, and that makes me really sad, and it makes me feel like, I want to know who's watching. I want to know what's going on and what's happening for you. So if you've never seen me before, welcome to my page, welcome to my business. I support overachievers to create their fairy tale life, and I'm an author of 4 books, and I run many various online courses throughout the year to support people in creating just an incredible life and really overcoming emotional disturbances, trauma, limiting beliefs, things that are not supporting us to really create the life that we want through freedom and through expression and through liberation. So, and if you're returning, I obviously hope you'd say hello and let me know that you're watching and let me know that you're here. So, I wanted to talk about today how to leverage your emotions in your career, because for so long, I should say maybe forever, I've always been a very emotional or empathic or like always just feeling like there was more to this world than what we physically saw. Like I remember I would be even in like elementary school and the teacher would be like talking and I'd be like, that's so weird. I wonder why the teacher dresses like that, or what's going on in their personal life, or what's happening here. And like it's like I was always like a detective, like going through, and I could like sort through information or sort through people, like not just what they presented themselves as, but the beneath the surface of what was really happening. And I also, even though I was always really smart, and I always had like good grades, I never liked school. I was never like, oh yay, this is so exciting to learn. I always kind of liked more like self-taught, or I liked being in nature, or I liked sports, or I liked like puzzles, and I liked people. Like that was like things that I liked more than like sitting in a desk and being obedient and like listening. And so I learned really early on that there was a way that I could do a way that I could do half the amount of work but still get the same amount of grades. And I learned that how I could do half the amount of work and get the same grades was kind of through this emotional space, this energetic space of how to use your emotions in your career, but also how I used it from a really early age to do good in school, how I used it to get further ahead. And these emotions, how I began to use them is there was almost like I really early on, like spelling. I'm still really bad at spelling, even though I'm an author. I would have spelling tests, I remember. And I would always find ways, like find really interesting ways where it felt like there was like an energy, or it felt like there was something that was like nudging inside of me, almost like talking to me. Like I don't want to say like a voice inside my head, but it was like there would be this guidance system. Maybe it's an emotional, which our emotions, are an energetic, hey, I'm great, are an energetic wave supporting us for information. But like if it was a spelling test, if it was a science test, something I didn't want to do, but there was like this information that would be coming through me. What I didn't know at that time was from like a higher source that would like support me to get the right answers, support me to do the right thing, so that I didn't have to really do the work. It's like I literally just sat there and like felt intuitively what was the right thing to do, felt my intuition guiding me like that's the right answer. Like I don't know why, but that's the one. And ironically, I built this like really strong communication channel with this, I didn't know it was called intuition, but which felt like this emotional energetic force or like language that would come in my mind of like, pick this one or do this thing. And like, it would always support me to get the highest grade with the least amount of work. So like another example would be, I remember you had to like read books in literature or in English class, right? And I always hated the books. They were like the worst books ever. I'm like, who has time to read this? Who wants to read this? Like, this is not a book I want to read or care about, or like, I don't even know how this is bringing me closer to my future at all. So I would wiki links, I think it was, or whatever, you could wiki links the book. I would never read the book, but it would give you like the outline of the chapters, and the teacher would give you like these assignments, right, that you needed to do. And so I would like basically get the wiki links and then auto guess or autofill based on my intuition the answer without having to actually do the work. And so I created this whole way I could like bypass my life in a lot of ways. I could sit there and not actually have to be fully present in the experience of my life, because all the environments I was putting myself in weren't forcing me to be fully present, and it wasn't somewhere I wanted to be fully present with. So I went on this path, you could say, or this interesting path, this interesting place in my life when I graduated college, right? And my only goal with graduating college was I wanted to travel the world. That's all. I wanted a job that would let me travel. That's all I cared. I was like, I will learn whatever skill. I'll use this bypassing mechanism where I've leveraged my emotions, I've leveraged my intuition in school, I've leveraged it in social standards to get like further ahead, where I didn't have to do like all the work, but I ironically was like somehow the best. And if you guys are like me, this probably has happened with you. You're like, people are saying this is hard. Like, hard? This is so easy because you've had this energetic relationship. I'm going to sit back so I feel like it looks better. I've had this energetic relationship with something that's supporting me to do half the work and get the same result as everybody else. So of course, I'm just going to keep using that. Of course, I'm going to just keep leveraging that. And there got to a point, right, when I graduated college, my salary, I think, was like $65,000, but I had like a company car. There's like a $12,000 signing bonus. You had like every benefit you could want, included a company credit card, like basically traveling every month for a full year. Like, I got exactly what I wanted. I wanted to live a freedom lifestyle. And it was for an account manager for an engineering company. I wasn't an engineer. I knew nothing about engineering, but somehow this is the job I got, right? Because I did half the amount of work, but I still got the best because I had this power, this superpower that I've leveraged really early on. If you guys are listening, if you guys are here, I know that you're like me. I know that you've had this connection with an energetic force that is greater than you from a really young age that you've leveraged without even knowing it to get you further ahead in life, to be this overachiever with about a fraction of the work. However, the reason that you're sitting here, the reason that you're listening to this is that you've done this, but you've bypassed life. You've had all these great achievements, you've had all this great life, but you've never actually had to fully be present for anything because it was not what you wanted to be present for. You haven't lived a life where you were like, oh, this is so exciting, and this is what I want to be present, and this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to da-da-da. Like, you haven't done it. And so I wanted this live to be, how do you begin to use your emotions in your career or in your life? Because I truly believe if you're sitting here and listening, you've gotten to a point where you've used these emotions and you've used this gift in a really extraordinary way. You've had an incredible life, really. Most people would dream of the life that you've had. Incredible, beautiful, fantastic, out of this world life. And there's something missing. There's something that when you wake up in the morning, when you grab for your phone, when you're looking in your partner's eyes, when you're looking in your own eyes in the mirror, when you are out to eat and you should be ecstatic and should be blissful, there's something missing. There's a lack of presence. There's a lack of, I feel at peace that this is where I'm meant to be. There's a lack of, I have this all, but where is my legacy truly going to be? Where's the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, But, when I look back on my life, and that moment comes when it's time to transition into the next stage of life, outside of the body, what do I really have here that's rooted, that I'm so proud of, that I'm so astounded with? And especially men, because I have a lot of you that are men that have come here, you struggle with this because you've had this really incredible life. You've had this really incredible thing, but there's this part of you in your emotions that you've suppressed. There's this part of you in this energetic world that you're very tapped into, the spiritual realm, spirit guides, feeling connected to something greater. And no matter what you do, you just can't figure out how to unlock yourself to truly feel free, to truly feel like you're waking up and you're like, oh, I'm next to the most beautiful woman or wife or children in the world, and I am so deeply nourished to be here in presence in this moment, instead of tactically thinking my mind and the next step and the next step and the next step and the next step and the next step. And what I'm so excited to share with you is how you begin to really transition that, how you begin to hone in on that moment of feeling present and feeling here and feeling now, is when you begin to really practice the way that you communicate, practice the way that you effectively take a thought and share it into the world, practice the way that you are perceiving this reality, slowing down your mind, slowing down everything, and really receiving what it is you're hearing, what it is the energetic force is pulling you to do that you've been doing for decades maybe. Okay, bypass this and do this because that's a shortcut here, and that will miss this and that will miss that, and if I do this, that will get me this result, and I don't have to do this because of that. Like, your mind is like a natural jigsaw Tetris that's ever going. And it's what's keeping you in this space of unfulfillment, in this space of wondering, when will I finally feel free? When will I finally feel liberated? When will I finally feel like, oh, I created this life? And so what I have as a way for you to begin to practice your communication, practice a way that you effectively share what's happening inside of you, practice a way that you can understand these energetic forces better and your habitual automated habits with them, is my 4-week course, How to Create, Write, Share, and Receive Your Lifestyle Career. And in this 4-week course, it's all of September, I'm going to take you through really how to begin to effectively understand what's happening inside of you and how to begin to communicate it in a way where you feel that bliss, that beauty, that excitement. So it's going to be incredible. It's a beautiful experience. We have 4 live calls together where we'll be working together as a group on expression, and we'll be working as a collective together, specifically with overachievers, hyperachievers, masculine paradigm leaders, which is not a bad thing. How to begin to take this drive and this movement to succeed, and this movement to achieve, and this movement of, I've created such an incredible life, but I want to feel that fulfillment now. I want to feel that joy. I want to feel that peace in my heart, instead of this disturbance that, like, it's never enough. It's never going to be enough. And I'm always running on the wheel, even if I don't have to be running on the wheel. So we're going to go through some really cool writing practices, some communication practices, and just to better understand how to really be here, be now, be in the now. And I recommend it for anyone who wants to be a writer, anyone who wants to practice just their expression. And whenever you practice communication, right, it's like one of the number one skills. It's only going to support you in becoming better. It's only going to support you in living a great life, right? Like, for me, once I began to learn how to communicate and write my first book, began to learn how to communicate online, I grew a tens of thousands of person community. once I began to communicate, I could support others in enhancing their communication and enhancing their purpose, why they're here, enhancing what service or product they should be offering, and enhancing their journey towards enlightenment or spirituality. And having a better understanding when you practice communication, what's happening inside, what's actually going on inside my mind. Why am I having these insane emotional reactions of anger, of sadness, of guilt, of unfulfillment, of whatever that it is? Why is that happening, and what is this actually? How can I unwind this and unravel this and communicate it in a way that supports me just to feel what that feeling finally is in life? Peace. And so it's an incredible experience. I'm so excited. It's going to be all of September, so I'm going to be talking about all of September. There's 4 live calls. I think there's about 8 recorded modules. Some of them are bonuses, and some of them are, let's see. So there's 4 recorded videos per module. So I teach you how to create. So how do you begin to create your life instead of bypassing your life? And we kind of went into that. How to begin to write and really authentically express yourself in a way that supports you instead of bypassing what you've done. How can I do the least amount of work and get the same result? How to begin to share it in a way that's going to support your relationships and support your career to grow in a more abundant way. And how do you receive money from it or receive impact from it? So that's 4 recorded calls, and then we have 4 live application calls. So I'll be going through live, and we practice together writing and communication and authenticity and everything like this. You get lifetime access to the recorded, to everything. And for the VIP, you get a one-time one-on-one call with me and then 24/7 access to me. And then we have 5 bonuses. So we have how to write social media posts to receive clients, how to fall in love with sales 101, how to create online courses, we have a meditation, and then we have a past recorded live coaching Q&A. So it's going to be a really incredible experience for those of you who want to really just leverage your emotions in a way that are supportive for you and leverage them in a way that are exciting. And then the next thing is that if that is something like you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do a month, Colleen, or I don't know if I'm ready to write, or maybe you're not struggling with writing, but you really enjoyed this conversation. You really enjoyed this live about understanding and navigating emotions. I have a monthly membership. It's called the Wisdom Channel. So in that channel, we basically have 2 ways to join. One is the gold way, and we have 4 things that I share there a week. So it'll be like little mindset injections, I call it, like how to improve your mindset, how to improve your subconscious mindset, like how to shift your identity, how to better understand your emotions, how to improve your relationships. Like I give you all these little things that you can begin to take action on right now to begin to improve your life. And then there's a VIP option where you get 1 live call with me a month, which is the first Wednesday of every month, which is exciting. And then you get access to like 49, more than that, maybe 60 recorded videos about different trainings in different areas. So it's like you always have an injection of Colleen, a mindset injection that you can go and get and receive, which is incredible. It's like a library of a lot of my teachings. So you can message me Wisdom Channel for that, or you can message me Writer for the Writer's Course for your emotions. So I hope that this served, and please share it with your friends, and I can't wait to see you inside this month. I love you.